Well, first of all, a Merry Christmas to you both.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Tommy, and
cheers to Rog.
yeah,
Cheers to
absolutely.
Roger.
And we're just have a little chat about Rog. And Christmas Day of all days would be. I know it was a day that him and Viv went up to the local pub in the village and had a nice day together. So I think it's fitting that we're doing this today. Emily away, wasn't it, when we got the terrible news, Tom? Was it you that found out first? I know Mark Harvey, your joint assistant manager, came and told me, and we were together. We both burst into tears.
And you did, Tom, as well.
Yeah. So it was Saturday morning. I looked at my phone about 6:30, and it was a message from Viv. Can you ring me? Urgent. So I rang her, and she obviously told me that Rog took ill and red light and. He was in a coma, and it wasn't looking likely that he was going to pull through. But obviously, only our prayers could help now. So spoke to Mark and the staff, and then I think I got the call about 10 to 3 in the dugout at Emily, and then obviously Mark come across to tell you guys. Yeah, tragic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can remember embracing you, and you know, even though we sort of knew he was in a bad way, it was still a terrible shock.
Yeah.
Dave, you were one of his longest and oldest friends, and how did you first meet? And
Rog being the guy he is a brilliant salesman, and just did all my insurance for me, and we became great mates, which got me involved in Carlton Town and golf, and we had some good stories together. To be fair, he was driving, he was faster than Lewis Hamilton.
Well, we'll come to that in a few minutes because I've got a little story for you. In terms of the football club, I mean, when I took over as chairman, I think you were the only supporter we had. There wasn't many, was it, Tom? To be fair, you were here. You were the first person I met when I took over as chairman, so that sticks in my head as well. But Tom, you played. I don't know if you played with Roger, or tell me the story about you worked with Roger well before I was involved with the club.
Yeah. So first time Roger was manager of the Sunday representative side, so I played for him there. That would have been the 80s. Quite a few of the AD Ball lads played in that side, and then I think after that we actually won the Midland Cup with AD Ball, and Bill, our old chairman Stoke, presented the trophy, and he just said as he's presenting the trophy, Roger wants to speak to you. I went, all right. And it was about joining Stenton because Roger was by then chairman of Stenton. He'd been manager and he'd been chairman, and he wanted me to play for Stenton. So that's how I got involved with Roger as a chairman. And then we won a couple of leagues with Roger as chairman. And then I think we got promoted to the Central Midlands back in the day. I became player manager one of them years. The dates are long gone now, but I think I officially became manager in about 94, I think it was. And then Roger stayed with us till about 96. He had a few personal problems, and then he had to sort them personal problems out, and then he came back. I think
we'll talk about that in a minute or two, Tom. I just wanted to ask you, Dave. You obviously you're the granddad of the three of us.
Thank you.
Affectionately said, Dave. Did you play football with him? Did you see Roger play football?
I didn't actually. No, I never played football with him. Roger had finished when I'd met him, it was just about Centon FC and Carlton Town.
Yeah.
And that's how he got me involved.
And you were obviously coming down, and I bet you were sponsoring then as well, weren't you? You were involved.
Sadly, yes, I was sponsoring.
Times Furnishing. So taking the story on from my perspective, I think I'd met Roger at a do in 2001, 2002. I just took over, and he took a table at a function that we had, and he came and introduced himself, and when we had a good chat on the night, and then I think he came to one more, and then I didn't see him again, and then 2004 we had Bill's funeral, and he came to that, and that's where I think the reconnection came, Tom, from you. I think you were the mastermind behind that, weren't you?
We trapped him, didn't we? Because he'd had a few drinks and obviously celebrating Bill's life, and we had a position to fill, which was Bill's, and really it was a perfect fit, Nick, wasn't it? At the end of the day, he'd been at the club as player, manager, chairman before. I think there was always a time when he was going to come back. He was settled with all his problems he'd had, and it was perfect timing really, because obviously he was really close friends with Bill, close friends with me, Dave, and it was just a perfect fit at the time.
And what about the golf, Dave? He loved his golf, didn't he?
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, to be fair, he'd been captain at, I think it was Oakmere.
Right.
And then he went to
Stoke Rochford, yeah.
He's been captain there. And he did loads of great golfing dues. Yeah, it was a good lad playing.
There's a little nice story, because we, at the end of the day, Roger was Roger, but one that makes me smile. Dave said to me one day, he said, is Roger taking you home today? And I said, yeah, how did you know? He said, I noticed, says Little Bird told me you hadn't got your car. And he just smiled at me, Dave did. And anyway, he took me home, virtually on two wheels, all the way back to Plunga. And then I think we had a game on the Tuesday, and I came, and Dave said, oh, you got home all right then? And I said, Dave, it's the first time and the last time.
I think he's got fines pending from Portugal, if I'm honest with you.
He's got what?
Fines pending from Portugal. You're getting through the post there, and I think I know when I spoke to him in hospital, he was moaning that there was 2 or 3 that come through the post from Portugal when he drove over there. So
bless him.
He liked to get about the roads quick.
He liked to get to his destination, didn't he, Dave?
We did when Big Bill was here. We used to do all the FA Cup finals.
Yeah.
And Roger'd drive down. We'd take in turns
to Wembley.
And I can remember driving down with Rog at breakneck speed, coming back in less than an hour and a half from Wembley to where he lived.
Jesus.
Oh, we were absolutely frightened to death.
No wonder you smiled at me that day.
It was normal for Rog to drive.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Great character.
The golf, you'll perhaps remember, Tom, the first, and Dave, obviously you're a big golfer as well. I think the first time I played, because I wasn't very good at golf, it's not something I'm going to pretend. I thought because I could play cricket, I might be able to play golf. And I think after the first 2 years of playing, it was decided, probably by as much by you as anybody, that my job would be to do raffle tickets on.
It was horrendous. I mean, the first tee took a run up.
Yeah, I wasn't the best.
So it's like he's hitting a 6 at cricket, and I says, Mick, you can't take a run up at golf. And then he was taking something like 30 shots per hole, and we just had to take him off.
Wasn't very good.
Bear in mind, you've got to get around, on them society days pretty quick.
He did it on his 60th.
He did. I did, yeah, he did.
My job then was to just stand by Roger on the golf day. Roger organised the golf day, loved the golf day, and I'm glad we've kept it going. And we did it this year, and Steggs has took that on board, so that will move forward. But I do remember on the golf day, me being chairman of the club, that was the one day I just let him take total control. If I tried to organise anything or get involved, he was not having it. He was, and he used to get quite stressed at times.
Yeah, it was Roger's day, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did get quite stressed sometimes.
Roger liked to lead. He was local councillor. He was captain of the golf club, president here. There were many things that Roger was involved with. But the point with Roger being involved is you don't interfere. If he's involved with it, he gets on with it, and that was it.
I can remember another night, Tom, down here, and Dave Hodgson will back me up on this. We got all sorts going off one night, and we had a lot of problems at the ground. I can't even remember what they were all about, but we had a lot of stress. We had a lot of problems, a lot of things going wrong. And Roger came storming in the bar. sausages, sausages, and we all looked round. And I think somebody had bought the wrong sausages, and Roger was very particular, wasn't he, Dave? And actually it broke the ice because everybody just burst out laughing. We got all this stress going off, some serious issues, and might have even been something like the floodlights weren't working, but all Roger was concerned about that day that somebody had gone out and bought the wrong sausages.
Well, he was in charge of hospitality, you see, so I mean, he'd ring me every week, we'd break down on the football, then he'd proceed to tell me what was happening in hospitality, you know, so... he just loved to do things, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know, he liked to get involved, and he wasn't, you know, just a sitting president. He got involved with it.
Yeah, he was a good organiser.
It was good to have a drink with after. He liked his malt whiskies. He told no end of stories, which I can't say, to the lads after games. You know, the lads know his life more or less back to front. They enjoyed his company, and they enjoyed being with him. You know, he was sort of very young at heart, Rog, even
definitely
on his passing. You know, he was a lot younger in mind than he appeared. You know, good fun to be with.
Yeah, good luck.
And I thought it was a lovely send-off at both the. Obviously, some of us went to the church and others went. I think you went to both, Dave, didn't you?
Yeah.
And it was a really lovely send-off, wasn't it?
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. Lasting memories, guys. What you know, I've sort of mentioned my little funny stories. The one where he took me home, the sausages, and like I say, we had endless conversations. A lot more serious conversations about things at the club, obviously over the years. But I'll just miss his, from my point of view, as much as anything else, I'll miss his smile and coming in. And he had his rants as well, didn't he? Usually about referees or something that had happened in the dugout.
He got in trouble with one or two refs.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, for me, it's just, I think the last one was when me and Tina were going to Portugal, to his villa, and we went round to his house and he sat there with the maps for us. You know, he didn't, I tried to explain that we'd got the sat nav on the phones, but he talked us through getting off the plane, going to the car, which sign would be held up, the maps all the way through to his villa.
Brilliant.
And then what points of the villa needed jet washing from the top to the bottom. You know.
So you've got some work to do as well.
Yeah, and it's typical Roger, and you know, and I was laughing with Viv about it, and we were just laughing about it, saying that, you know, how meticulous he was with stuff like that, you know. Funny man. Yeah.
What's your lasting thoughts, Dave, on your great friend?
What I miss?
Yeah.
Is driving. Getting wherever you get in 2 minutes when it should take an hour. I just miss him. He was a great guy. Good fun to be with. And he'll be sadly missed.
Very sadly missed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'd just like to wish all the family a Merry Christmas from all of us here at Carlton Town. In particular, the three of us that obviously knew him really well, and it's been great knowing you, Rog, and love to the family, and you'll never be forgotten.
Yeah. Well said. Cheers, Rog.
Cheers, Rog.
Cheers.